All right, well, good evening. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Football Talk for Friday, October 8th. For whatever reason, my quarterback video from last night took almost 20 hours to upload. I posted it around 7:30 last night, and it finally finished uploading at 2:30 this afternoon while I was at work. No idea what's going on with that. It just randomly happens, and it seems to be getting longer every time it does randomly happen. I didn't think my video was very long. I mean, it was long, but not like 20 hours to upload worth long. But whatever. We'll see how this one does. I'm recording it at about 10 p.m. on Friday night, and just got back from watching the new James Bond that I've been waiting a long time for this. It was supposed to come out last May around my birthday. They ended up pushing it back because of COVID to October. I'm still trying to digest what I just saw, but I really liked it. I think Daniel Craig's an excellent James Bond, and I don't understand why he hates the role. The role made him world famous. Everyone recognizes him now and made him filthy rich as well. I don't understand why he hates that role, but he is getting a little old for it now, and so it's time for them to move on, find someone new. What I would really like to see them do with the franchise, because we've seen the misogynistic, sexist action hero James Bond for decades now. I want to see young James Bond, how he became James Bond, all the things that happened to him as a child that orphaned him or made him the person that he is. That's where I'm hoping they go with it in the story arc next. I'm not going to spoil the movie for you, but I mean they're kind of just recycling the whole. They've been recycling the storyline for decades, so it's time to change it up, I think. Or really, and all these people who are calling for James Bond to be a person of color or whatever, I'm not necessarily opposed to that. I just think it's dumb. Like, why does James Bond have to be a person of color? Even though I do think Idris Elba, even though he's a little older as well, he'd be excellent at it. He would have been excellent at it if he'd got it instead of Daniel Craig. But why don't they just create a new character? Why does because the setup of the story, he's 007, right? So you would assume that there's probably 001, 002, 003, 004, 005, 006, 008, 009. So all these other guys, why don't they create a whole new character branch and have a person of color, or a woman even, do those, and I'm sure we would all enjoy watching a new character branch off from the 00 MI6 stuff. So why don't they? I think they should just do that. Just leave James Bond alone and create some new characters. That's my opinion on it. And it's kind of random, but a couple of weeks ago I went to grocery shopping, and I bought like all this stuff for tacos, because I was really feeling like I wanted to cook some tacos, and I did it. I think it was like a Tuesday, and I bought it, and I was like, I'm gonna cook these tacos on one of my nights off here, on one of my days off when I have the time. Wednesday, Thursday didn't happen. Ended up freezing the meat, pulled it back out a couple of days ago because I was like, I'm gonna cook these tacos again on my day off, Wednesday, Thursday again. Didn't happen. It's now Friday. I said I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna cook these tacos, cook this meat, cook these tacos for dinner after James Bond. But now it's like 10 p.m. I'm tired. I'm not gonna cook these tacos, and like I feel like I wasted money on this stuff. I mean, the meat's gonna be good. I'm gonna refreeze it. Sauce will be good. Cheese should be good. But I'm worried about like I had some perishable stuff. That's probably I'm gonna probably have to waste and completely throw away, because I'm just not interested in cooking. I'm not interested in cooking when I get home from work. It's like, because I work 12 hours a day most days, so it's like I get it very little if I get a couple hours of free time before I gotta go back to bed. and I'm usually just tired. It's like I don't want to cook. It's pathetic. Sounds pathetic, but I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I was feeling ambitious with this whole taco stuff, and yeah, but I did actually cook. I also bought a pork loin that same day. I did end up cooking that because that was kind of easy. That doesn't take much. I just preheat the oven and stick it in the oven for the amount of time it says. It wasn't complicated. I could still enjoy my free time while that's sitting there cooking for 40 minutes or whatever it was. I don't have to actually do preparation like with tacos. I'm gonna have to prepare stuff. That's just too much work. More work than I want to put into it, and so I still need to pack for my trip tomorrow, and man, I am really stretching myself a little thin with this one. I'm gonna be out of money. Hopefully, I guess I'm not gonna be out of money. I do get two separate paychecks on two separate places. So I'm gonna be completely out of money, but I'm gonna not have as much money as I'm used to having when I travel. And I mean, I do get paid. I come back Thursday night. I will get paid Thursday before I leave, and I'll also get paid Friday. So I'll get two paychecks when I come back. So I have this money. If I end up spending all this money while I'm out there, I'm gonna be okay. My rent is already paid. I'm fine. I'm doing fine financially. I'm a little nervous because I definitely don't have as much money as I normally do. This trip has ended up costing me a lot, and I'm not even there yet. So yeah, I'm hoping that I have enough money to enjoy my stay, though. My lodging and my flights and my transportation while I'm out there is covered. So I'm just gonna have to buy food, entertainment, things like that. I'm gonna have to figure out lift. I'm probably not gonna be lifting much. I'm gonna this time pull out some cash. Something I should have been doing the whole time is pull out some cash, buy some bus tickets, because bus tickets in these places $3, $5 for a day. That's so much cheaper than spending $50 a day on Lyft. So I'm just gonna use the bus system or walk around if I want to get around. Luckily, most of these places I'm visiting are not going to be massively huge, so I will be able to get around fairly easily, I suspect. I'm hoping, but I'm gonna have to manage my money a little bit more than I normally do when I'm out traveling. But anyways, let's get to my Spikes and Yikes at the wide receiver position here, since I've been rambling for 8 minutes. I want this video to be able to post in a fair amount of time. So I got 4 spikes. I got 4 yikes, and actually gonna talk about 6 spikes. I got a lot of guys I like at the wide receiver position this week. So the yikes, starting with AJ Brown, who's ranked 12 against the Jaguars. What have we seen from AJ Brown this year that would suggest that he's even a startable wide receiver right now? I know that historically he's been very productive with limited volume, and that that bodes well for if he truly is healthy, and if for whatever reason Titans just aren't clicking right now. So yes, there's a chance AJ Brown could definitely be a wide receiver 2 this week, but until we see it, that we really, I mean, if we drafted him in the 3rd round, we probably don't really have much alternatives. So I get it, but I have him more as a flex play this week, just because we haven't seen it from him yet this year. Also, this guy should have been first. DeAndre Hopkins at 9. The volume isn't really there. I know the Cardinals are really, really good offensively. DeAndre Hopkins is a very talented guy, and you kind of have to weekly rank him top 10 weekly, just because of how the possibilities that he has in that offense with the quarterback that he has. But his last couple of weeks have been pretty pedestrian. And Kyler Murray's doing a really fantastic job of spreading the ball around to multiple players. DeAndre Hopkins is not really getting the volume that we would kind of expect for him, a player of his caliber. And so, with that said, I don't think he's a wide receiver one this week, just because volume and production with the limited volume he's getting is not really there. He's very touchdown dependent so far this season. Also, CeeDee Lamb at 16, didn't he just have a dud week? Didn't he? He had a pretty dud week. There's a lot of mouths to feed in that Cowboys offense. It's hard to trust CeeDee Lamb as a wide receiver too. This week he's more of a flex play. And lastly, for my yikes, I really hyped this guy up preseason. I drafted this guy all over the place, and it's not really working out for me. Allen Robinson, I did not see this coming. Apparently I should have. Apparently everybody else saw it coming. I did not see this lack of production coming for Allen Robinson. He's at wide receiver 25 this week. I think that's a little high. I would not play him at all. He's outside my top 30. So even in a 3 wide receiver league, I'm gonna find an alternative to Allen Robinson this week. For my spikes, 6 guys for you, all outside the top 30, but all people I would consider possible wide receiver 2s, or definitely flex plays. Devontae Parker of the Dolphins at 31. He's been the one bright spot in the Dolphins offense so far, the one consistent bright spot. Jalen Waddle's looked okay sometimes, but he's a rookie. He's going to be inconsistent. You're going to have your ups and downs. And if there is one weakness in the Tampa Bay franchise right now, it is the secondary. Teams have been successful passing on them so far this season. Devontae Parker should have a decent day. I've got him as a flex. Kenny Golladay, way down at 32. He looks healthy finally, and there's no Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton are out again this week, so that should make for a big day for Kenny Golladay in a game that probably is going to be a shootout because of how explosive and loaded the Dallas offense is. If the Giants want to keep up, they're going to have to throw the ball, and they're going to have to throw the ball to Kenny Golladay. Corey Davis of the Jets at 33 against the Falcons. I just think Corey Davis has been really good, really fantastic for the Jets so far this year. A lot of volume, a lot of production with that volume. Definitely in the wide receiver 2 conversation for me against a bad Falcons defense, just a bad Falcons team, period. Emmanuel Sanders at 34. Bills Chiefs is going to be a hell of a game. I would want every share of players in that game that I have or have the possibility of getting. I'm going to want to probably play. I think everybody is a flex play or a starter in that game. Maybe not everybody. Devin Singletary might not be, or Byron Pringle or Mecole Hardman, but all the guys that you would, the players that are ownable in a 10-team or a 12-team league that, is on your roster with on those teams should be in your lineup. Darnell Mooney at 37 of the Bears. He is looking better than Allen Robinson so far this year, despite the Bears' ineptitude on offense. Darnell Mooney, trajectory is going way up. He is in the flex conversation this week. I don't know if I'd have him in top 20. I don't know if I'd trust him to play him yet, but at 37 seems a bit low. I would definitely have him in my top 30. And lastly, Kadarius Toney at 46 for the Giants. Had a really good week last week. No touchdowns yet, but I'm sure the touchdowns are coming. Probably could come this week against the Cowboys, as Trayvon Diggs should be on Kenny Golladay most of the time. Kadarius Toney should get the not as good secondary players in the Giants offense. And as I mentioned with Kenny Golladay, Giants are probably gonna have to throw the ball a lot to keep up. Kadarius Toney could have a huge day. This could be his breakout game. I definitely have him as a flex play. I had him as a flex play last week as well with Shepard and Slayton out. He's still in the flex conversation again this week. All right, we're pushing 15 minutes. This video is probably going to take like a day and a half to post. So I'll get to my running backs, Spikes and Yikes, some point tomorrow. I don't know when, because I'm gonna be working, and then I'm going to be flying or sitting at the airport. I guess I could do it when I'm sitting at the airport, or I could even do it Sunday morning when I get to my destination. We'll see. I'll figure something out. But peace, love, and nacho fries, friends. Good luck.